Welcome to the 1% Show, where we bring you stories of professionals who are committed to continuous growth and excellence. Today, we have with us Mr. Mahendra, a seasoned commodity manager working with a multinational company with extensive experience in global procurement and supply chain. He brings valuable insights into leadership, decision making, and working in high impact corporate environments. Mr. Mahendra is also an esteemed member of our 1% community. Let's dive into his journey and learn from his experience. Welcome, Mr. Mahendra, to the show.
Thank you so much. I am really excited to be a part of this 1%. So,
Great. So, Mr. Mahendra, before we begin, just tell us a little about yourself. Like, where do you belong to and where do you work currently?
my journey begins from the district of Madhya Pradesh, which is the part of Madhya Pradesh, and it comes in northern part of Madhya Pradesh. And currently, I live in Indore, which is the cleanest city of India from since 2017 onwards, and it is also commercial capital of Madhya Pradesh. So currently, I live in here.
Okay. And could you briefly share your professional journey and how you grew into the role of a senior commodity manager?
Yeah, sure. So once I completed my graduation from the University of Agriculture Science, Bengaluru, I joined as a junior agronomist in Louis Dreyfus Company in Bengaluru itself. So my role was there to collect that data from farmers regarding the Rabi and Kharif crop, and I spent around 6.5 years in LDC. And during that period, I gained two promotions there. And by the time I left during the 2029, I was working as a commodity analyst there.
Now, if we talk about your current role, what does your current role involve, and what are your key responsibilities in current organization?
Yeah, so currently I am working in Olam Agri India Private Limited in the Indore office itself. So my current role involved here to maintaining the S&D, supply and demand for the cotton crop. And apart from that, I also work in the weather related thing and research part, like analyzing the temperature, soil moisture, and and the global events like La Nina and El Nino and their impact on Indian agriculture. So my the major responsibility here is to maintain the S&D on monthly basis, sometimes the weekly basis, and connect with the farmers on ground level and the small merchants at ground level, and take the feedback from there. And if something is important, then I would incorporate in my S&D, and the whatever the change is there, I say can I reflect S&D, and that's my the key responsibility in my current job.
Great. So this commodity management, I believe, involves strategic sourcing and decision making also. So, what are the biggest challenges that you face in your current role?
So, sir, yeah, there are so many challenges in commodity business because this business deeply connected with global and the local market, and there are so many policies from the central government and state government. So that makes so much challenging this business. But if I talk about one thing which are more challenging, and that is the, I will guess, supply part, because in any circumstances you have to ensure the continuous supply to your client while maintaining the, I would say, quality and standard and integrity. So that's the biggest challenge
Right.
in this commodity business, I would say.
And then there must be some high pressure situations also, like cost negotiations, supplier issues, or market fluctuation. Like now in current scenario, I think fertilizer might be one of the issues that is impacting the business and all that. So how do you deal with these such situations?
Thinking, because now world runs on data. So every commodity have their own data. So we can analyze those data and understanding the business. And another thing is we have to know more about how to negotiate. Then that are the part of this business well, because you have to know about all the cost and how can we negotiate with the client. And other and last and important thing, you have to maintain your integrity, because this is the business where people most of the time to cheat, but if you maintain integrity, that your business will be run good for longer period of time, I would say.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're talking about negotiation skills, you're talking about the analytical skills, and you're also talking about the integrity part actually, which is very very important for any business, I believe, particularly. So one more thing I would like to ask you, like you talked about the negotiation skills and any negotiation that involves, let's say, communication as well. How important communication, the role of communication is, and when you started, like when you were there and you started at a very early age of your career, so did you face challenges as far as communication part is concerned, English communication?
Definitely, I faced, because during my initial stage, I was not so fluent in English, and because I worked in MNC, even now I'm working in MNC, so we need to communicate with our foreign client, for international client also. So during that period, we need to communicate only English. So initial phase, I could manage only the basic communication with the client and our colleagues. But now I'm realizing, if you want to be successful in our life, even in personal or professional, the communication play a vital role for that. So for that, you have to know the at least you have to know the English, because now the English is not is the particular region language, it's a global language. So now world is connect due to the digital, so we have to learn this global language, and then we can thrive in any part of the your life, I would
So
say.
that means for career growth, for personal growth, any kind of growth, you definitely need English communication. That's what you suggest.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
like I would like to ask you as well, like when did you decide that you should work on your English, and why did you join our community, Profluent community, and what were your expectations when you joined
So
us?
I tried so many times before joining the ZiTA, because one of my client from the Singapore, they came in their office and I was only there. So he want to know about the research part, how you do research, how can you collect the data. So I try to explain them, but what I think during that, I'm not able that I the proper way I communicate them. I was not able during that time that my message he clear, easily understand. The part of my life in next 1 year or 2 year, because I want to come out from this English barrier. And then I decided, then I joined this Jita, and my
Mm,
expectation was before
mm.
I am I want to gain confidence. I was not confident when when I talking to English, and uh, during the learning, I don't want to more focus on grammar instead of focusing my fluency and confidence. So these few things I want to I want to add my skill before joining to Jita.
Got it. Got it. So, what has been your feeling now? Like you have been with us for some time now, and you are still learning. So how do you think about the community, that how the community works, and do you really like it?
Yeah, I really like the way the course has been structured, because there are so many activities here, and each and every activity interlinked with each other. So like one-to-one session where I can know about me, or which are the mistake I'm doing repeatedly, and the video making exercise where I can see myself, how I can presenting myself, how where I can improve to myself, looking to my video. And there is a group discussion where I can participate to myself, and I can see myself how I'm confident, and the way I present myself. So these all activity make me more confidence before joining this. So now I'm feeling quite more confident
Hmm.
and more fluent uh, before joining to ZiTA, I would say.
Great. One thing I would like to ask you, like we do a lot of activities, we do one-on-one sessions, we also do community sessions, we do talk room sessions, and then video making a lot of, and now we have started this podcast event also. Which is your favorite activity, Mahendra?
If I talk my personally, then I enjoying two things. One is one-to-one session, and another is a group discussion. And these are the where I can
Mhm.
see myself, whether I'm improving myself or not. And here I can directly get feedback from the mentor like you and Anamka ma'am also. So that uh, feel make me confident. So because next time I will try to not repeat same mistake, and that reduce mistake, and that make me more confident, and so I can talk fluently.
Great. And if you have to give some advice to the professionals who want to grow into leadership roles, especially in the multinational companies, what advice would you give to those youngsters, professionals who want to grow?
So as I look my career, from what I realized, that professional growth goes hand to hand with personal growth. So whoever want to thrive in professional life, I think they have to first invest on their communication, and uh, and be proactive whatever they do in their role. And one more that, be patient enough, and try to do boring thing, because the community business is sick not a exciting business, because each and every day you have to do same thing, and for that you have to be you have to be patient, and simultaneous you have to do boring things. And then these thing make you means a good leader, and a good manager, especially in a commodity business.
I understand. That's a very good point that you say that doing the boring things. And I believe in life also, most of the results are produced through by doing boring things, not by doing
Ye-
exciting things. Like practicing again and again
Yeah.
is a boring thing. But if you practice the same thing again and again, like what sports people do, they do boring
Yeah.
things. They do the same, they play the same shot 100 times. Very boring. But we look at it that like when they produce the kind of excitement in the stadiums and all that, that came through the boring
Yeah.
practice that they did. You gave a very, very good advice to them, actually, doing the boring things. Yes, that's one part of it. And now I would like to ask you another thing. When you talk about the habits, mindset, what are those habits that will help professionals succeed in high responsibility role like yours? So, if you talk about the mindset, I would like you to speak something on the mindset, and then, of course, the habits also.
So, if somebody wants to thrive in a high responsible
Yeah.
job, and they want to get to more success in their career, so first and most important thing, that the communication. You have to build the communication habit. You can be good in communication. And one more thing here I would add, and I earlier said, the boring thing and patience, because this is the core part your habit. Because nowadays everybody changing this fast success, or want to success in within a shorter period of time, but that will not long lasting with you. If you really
Mm,
want to achieve something,
right.
you have to mindset, keep learning new things. Suppose if I talk about in my business, so I have the person who want to come in the commodity business, they have to learn AI tools, which is transforming our industry. Because from 3 to 5 year onward, there are so many uh, things will change in our commodity business. For that, we have to uh, think beyond our current job, what we are doing now. We have to think beyond that, and we have to think ahead, next 1 year, 2 year, what would be the changes will come in our industry. And those things we need to learn, or we need to inculcate in ourselves. So whether such kind of situation come in front of us, then we can easily tackle those things. Right.
Do you think that these habits they play a very important role in our life? Do you believe in that dictum that they say ki first we make our habits and then our habits make us? And you look at any scenario today, so be it learning, be it doing a job, or maybe like you know something about perhaps commodity market, you know something about share market also. So in all these fields, do you believe that habits, good habits, play very important role?
Yeah, definitely, sir. Because first you made habit, then habit make you, I would say. Because if you want achieve something good and great in your life, you can't achieve without having good habit like discipline, patience, and communication. So without habit,
Mhm.
nobody can achieve bigger thing in their life. Even if you talk about Virat Kohli, because in cricket, and talk about the Ronaldo in football, and any other athlete who achieve great things and still achieving, they have one thing, they have so disciplined in their life and consistent. Those two things, if anybody have, they can win their life. So consistency, discipline,
Wow.
and patience, these are the essentially things or habit which anyone can have, they can rule the world or rule their professional journey, or wherever they work.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. One more thing I would like to ask you. You have risen from like very base level to this level now, and you definitely would go to newer heights. If you have to tell two, three lessons that you learned from yourself, from your life, from your career, what those two, three lessons would be, Mahendra?
Yes, sir. If I have summarized my career lesson, then I would think there are three major points which help me a lot to achieve whatever I want to achieve in life. First is communication and power of communication. Nobody talk about this, because the research nowadays is such a soft skill. You can win or you can lose anything in your life. Because this AI is already coming, and it will come in a huge way in the future. So so anything could be done by the AI, but soft skill can't be done by the AI. So you have to learn
Mm,
communication. And second thing is discipline. Without discipline, you can't achieve in your life, whether it's a health, wealth, or relationship. So there is a discipline. And this is hard work and patience always pay off. So if you are hardworking, and if you are
mm.
patient person, then you will get in your life sooner or later, I would say.
Great, great, great. Those were some golden nuggets that you gave to our viewers, Mahindra. And thank you so much for being here. And of course, we can learn a lot from people who have gone through that particular phase that you are going through. I'm talking about my viewers. And I believe that there are two, three ways that you can learn from life. You can learn from your own life's experience, and you can also learn from others' experience. When you learn from others' experience,
Mm.
you definitely save some time and you save some energy as well. And that has been
Yeah.
actually our effort, that how our viewers can learn from somebody who has seen all that during the journey. And you are one of them, Mahendra. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. It
Yes.
was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And it's a pleasure, my pleasure to hear and I share my experience.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. And we definitely would invite you on the show soon, because there are a lot of things that we would like you to talk more about. Thank you so much once again for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Oh,
So this was Mr. Mahendra in front of you, and this is what viewers I always say, that who are these people? These are the people actually who have really struggled hard, faced challenges, overcame them, and during that period, during that journey, they learned some wonderful lessons. And these were some of the lessons actually that Mr. Mahendra shared with you. And I would request you all that whatever he talked about the habits, he talked about some things that which are the golden nuggets, like discipline, consistency, and all that kind of thing, and of course communication. So please pay heed to that and try to follow all these people that who have made big in their own domain. So this was all for this particular episode, and we'll have some other guests in our next episode. Till then, this is bye bye from me. See you.